here with Cabinteely manager Pat Devlin after today's 2-1 win over Bray Wanderers at the Carlisle grounds. Pat, you must be delighted with the run out today.
Yeah, look, we've used a lot of players over the last couple of days, particularly the game in Drogheda. We've a lot of injuries, so it was nice to have a look at the fringe players today, and they've done well. We played very well in the first half. I thought we could have been 2 or 3 up, or 4 up, and we got 2, and we looked quite comfortable. Then they made a game of it in the second half, like it ended up 2-1, but overall, very, very pleased.
Yeah, and maybe obviously you're saying a few of the fringe players stood out for you today. Many players in particular impressed you?
Well, you know, young little Ronan has done very well. He's playing left back, but he's not really a left back. He likes to play in the 10 or wide left or in the middle of the park. So he's done really well because he's adapted to that position. Sean Fitzpatrick has scored a goal and done well. He's been a little bit unlucky not to start. Jack Hudson made his debut on Friday and he played as well, so he's done well. And Peter Quinlan, the little goalkeeper, Peter's only 17 years of age, so I was thrilled for him. Other than that, Oisin done well, Luke Lucas, but we could do a little bit better. They're not getting games. The fellas who are out of the team are not getting games, so it's very difficult for them. So taking everything into consideration, I was very, very pleased.
Yeah, and obviously the Leinster Senior Cup in itself, obviously I suppose it's a competition that you can use your fringe player in, and maybe not so much of a pressurised environment as the league campaign. Is that something that you maybe like in terms of Leinster Senior Cup?
Leinster Cup is a great history to it, a great tradition to it. I mean, I always remember it used to be played on Paddy's or St Stephen's Day, and it used to be a full house in Tolga Park, or in those days, and you'd have rowers, bowls, or even from Condra and those. It was a fantastic show, and they were only age. But nowadays, people use it as the 4th trophy, and they use it to sort of give the panel a full run out, whatever fringe players are there, and that's what we're doing. And I think Bray done a little bit of that as well today. So if we win it, it's fantastic. If we get to a final, it doesn't matter what, once it's a senior trophy, everybody wants to win the senior trophy. So I'm just thrilled to be in the next round.
Yeah, and obviously maybe looking back on the league campaign so far, obviously there was a defeat against Bray opening night of the season, but since then you've gone unbeaten. It's been a very positive start from Cabinteely. You must be delighted with how, I suppose, things are going so far.
Well, yeah, in the circumstances we've got long-term injuries in Paul Fox, Kieran Butler, Conor Keeley, and he's out now, and it's gone quite well because they will be starters if those players, and of course Daniel Blackburn, who's been really very good for us pre-season, so they're all out. So then you're looking at what you have left, and you're trying to get the best out of them, and it's worked. The first game I think we were very unlucky. I thought we should have done a bit better. I thought the scoreline flattered Bray, but that's the way it is. You win some, you lose some. But since then we've gone from strength to strength, and if we can just continue that now, it was nice getting the run out today against a team like Bray, and then getting the win as well. So it's fantastic, keeps the momentum going. So we just build on that, and hopefully now we can get another result on Saturday, and we see where that takes us. But 3 points now is what it's all about, and if we can stay at the top end of the table, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah, look, before I let you go, obviously you're playing Limerick, as you just mentioned there, on Saturday. Are you expecting a difficult enough game against Limerick? Obviously they got their first win of the season. I'm pretty sure they won today against, or they might have been beaten today against Cabo, but what have you made of it? They're starting to expect a difficult challenge.
Well, you don't dwell too much on what the other opposition like, really. You really need to focus on what you can do and how we can go about our business, and that's what we're doing, and I think it's working so far, and if we continue that, we'll show the utmost respect to every team we play. It doesn't matter. In this league, everybody's going to beat one another. And I just think that we have to focus on ourselves. And if we can stay focused on ourselves, and if we can push it around the way we can, particularly on the park, I think we can get 3 points. And if we can get 3 points, well then we consider the next game. And that's the only way you can go.
Bray manager Gary Cronin after today's 2-1 defeat against Cabinteely in the Leinster Senior Cup. Gary, what you make of the game?
We were disappointed in the first half to go 2-0 down, and probably wasn't a whole lot in the game. I think Cabinteely were the better side, to be fair, but wasn't a whole lot of chances wise, and we gave a set piece and a silly penalty away, which was disappointing from our point of view. And I think we done better. We came out better in the second half and created a few half chances, and it was good to get the goal, but unfortunately it wasn't enough in the end.
Yeah, I suppose it was maybe nice to see all the young players play today. Obviously, I know Hughie Douglas was playing, Andrew McGovern as well, but maybe for the younger players to make a mark on it.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, the Leinster Senior Cup competition is actually great for that. A lot of clubs use it for that purpose, and from our point of view, Keane Walsh, and who played first team last year before, and young Anthony Purdy came in and done very well as well, and I was really impressed with Conor Devlin when he came on for the second half, and Jamie Crilly as well has played first team with us last year as well. So it was good to see them in that environment again. And like I said, the competition is good for that, and also for the lads that aren't playing week in, week out. We wanted a little bit better. Obviously, we wanted to win the game, but unfortunately that wasn't to be. But it was some positives, obviously, like Hughie and Andy coming back from the horrific injuries they had last year. It was good for them to get a game, because there's a lot of times you can't get game time outside the league, you know. So we'll miss that now, obviously being out of competition, because it's very useful for that purpose. But look.
Yeah, and obviously, I suppose in terms of your league campaign, obviously, you know, maybe that's probably what you're going to be judged on throughout the season. Yeah. What have you made of your start? Obviously, you know, you won your first 3 games of the season, and obviously Friday night, disappointing enough result to get against Athlone in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's you're right. You prioritise competitions, and for most clubs, the league is number one. You know, if you're battling to stay in it, or if you're trying to win it, whatever the case is. And for us, obviously, the priority is the league. And we were pleased with our start. We knew there was more in us, and unfortunately, that didn't happen for us on Friday night against Athlone. We could be unbeaten. We could have won 2 and drawn 2 and have 8 points. But you know, we won 3 and we have 9 points, and we're happy to be where we are. Disappointed about last Friday, but that's football. You're going to have to come across those challenges, you know. So overall, pleased with the start, but more to come.
Yeah, and obviously, I suppose maybe on today itself, obviously there's a big crowd here today for a Leinster Senior Cup game. Don't know if you heard, it was 525 people here. That's, you know, seriously impressive for a Leinster Senior Cup tie. What have you made of, I suppose, the positivity around the club since maybe, you know, the opening night of the season?
To be honest with you, I don't really need to say much on that, because it speaks for itself. It's there to see, like you just said it there, over 500 people here for a Leinster Senior Cup game on a bank holiday Monday. The support has been fantastic for the club. The amount of people that have got involved in what's going on here has been unreal, and there's a positive atmosphere around the place. So from that point of view, it's been fantastic. It's been good on the pitch, you know, particularly with our league form. It's good to get in the next round of the eSports Cup, and you know, Rovers coming in the next round of that cup. So look, we can just concentrate what we're doing on the pitch, and the people who are around the club, I want the club to do well off the pitch. It's going quite well at the moment. Yeah,
look, before I let you go, obviously game against Wexford on Friday night down at Ferrycarrick Park. You expecting a difficult challenge against Brian O'Sullivan's side?
Absolutely, yeah. And every league game was going to be the same. You know, we take nothing for granted. We knew Friday was going to be difficult at Lone, and when we didn't get our goal with the creates, we chanced and gave them something that they had something to hold on to, and we didn't get anything out of the game. So we know exactly that could be the very same the weekend, or they might come out at us. We don't know, but every single game that we go into, we treat it with, it's the same 3 points on offer. So yeah, every team can be competitive, particularly when you go into their own home ground, because it's a level of pride there when you're playing at home. So Friday night, it's going to be a tough game. Make no bones about that.
Alright, thanks very much, Gary. Appreciate
Cheers.
that. Here at Cabinteely defender Sean Fitzpatrick after today's excellent 2-1 win over Bray Wanderers at the Carlisle grounds. Sean, what do you make of the game?
Yeah, I thought we played well, particularly first half. Maybe took the foot off the gas a little in the second half. Could have a bit of a spell back against the wall, but obviously it's disappointing to concede a goal at that particular time. But we know we had chances in the first half to probably get a win. We're a better lead 2-0, and then obviously 2-1. Anything can happen after that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and obviously, what did you make of the challenge of Bray? Obviously, they were much changed like yourselves. Like, what did you think of maybe what they brought to the table?
No, they're a good side. They move the ball about well. They're quick. They're well organised. But we feel we're a match for anyone with the squad we've got. And Pat's always said good competition for places as well. Obviously, a lot of changes today. So it keeps the momentum going, the run we're on. So we're looking forward to keep going the next week as well.
Yeah, I suppose positive results like that are, you know, they're great in terms of keeping the momentum going among such a young group.
Yeah, it's good to keep it going. Like I said, it keeps the competition healthy, keeps everyone on it in training and all throughout the week when we're training. And as I said, we're looking to keep the momentum going to Saturday against Limerick.
Yeah, and what have you made of the impact the younger players have had? Obviously, you know, I think the average age in the squad is just 20. You know, maybe you're probably maybe on the later side of 20, but like how much of a, I suppose, a positive, I suppose, mind frame does it put you guys into?
No, the younger lads are like a breath of fresh air. It's going to up the likes of myself and other experienced lads to kind of guide them along. Like, it's a long, hard season. It's not just the 11, it's everyone involved, down to the kit man, the staff, everyone involved. Like, we're all in it together to do a job, you know.
Yeah, and I suppose looking at the league campaign, obviously I was speaking to Pat a few minutes ago, and he was telling me he's absolutely delighted with the start. Obviously, you know, beaten first night of the season, obviously quite disappointing in the end. But since then you've been unbeaten. You know, you've beaten Shells, you've beaten Drogheda, drew at Longford. You must be really happy with how things have gone.
Yeah, we're thrilled with how it's gone. We're just taking it one game at a time. I think in recent years it's a consistency that has kind of let us down, and we've been looking to put that right. We've been working hard in pre-season. Pat, Eddie and Graham has drilled it in that we keep going for the 90 minutes, don't switch off, don't give anything cheap away, anything sloppy, you know.
Yeah, and look, before I let you go, obviously, I saw Saturday, big game against Limerick at home. You know, Limerick, they're just coming down from the Premier Division. You know, they're not a bad side by any stretch of the imagination. You must be expecting a difficult enough game against Tony Barrett's side.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. I think any game in the league is difficult, but on a day I think we feel we're a match for anyone in the league, and we're looking forward to going on there Saturday night and hoping to come away with 3 points.
I wonder, I suppose, Captain Hughie Douglas after today's 2-1 defeat to Cabinteely in the Leinster Senior Cup. Hugh, obviously disappointing to go out of the Leinster Senior Cup, but what do you make of the game?
It was a game that came down to set plays. Quite disappointed to give away 2 goals, one from a penalty, one from a corner. But on the other hand, a lot of young lads got experience with the first team, and personally, I got more minutes under my belt after being out for so long. So there's positives and negatives, but just a kick on now for Friday. Yeah,
and obviously you just mentioned you were out for a long time. How has the road to recovery been? Obviously, you know, we've all heard you in the podcast, obviously with Off the Ball and all them. How has it been? Obviously you're kind of starting to make your way back into the side now.
It's brilliant. It's just great to be back out on the pitch, and you take things for granted when you're fully fit, and then after being out for so long, nearly 11-12 months, to be out on the pitch again and be captain of the club for that game there today was quite a proud moment. So just small steps, and once you get back out on the pitch, you'll get minutes under your belt.
Yeah, and obviously since you've come back in, obviously there's been I suppose a massive change in fortune around the club. Obviously, you know, we saw today, obviously there's 500 of you for a Leinster Senior Cup game. In itself, 500 of you for a Leinster Senior Cup game is ridiculously impressive. What have you made of the feel-good factor around the place here?
That's fantastic. It breeds onto the players, into the pitch, when you have that level of support in the stands. And as you said, it's a Leinster Cup game. I can't remember any time in previous years where we've got that numbers for a 4th round cup game in Leinster Cup. So no, it's brilliant. It feeds onto the players, and obviously the atmosphere in the town has been brilliant, and everyone's only speaking positively of the club, which is all we want.
Yeah, and obviously looking at your league campaign anyway, you know, I suppose you won your first 3 games of the season, and then obviously there was the defeat against Athlone on Friday. Obviously I know you haven't actually played a league game yet, but what have you made of watching the team from the stand so far?
I commend the lads and their work ethic and their effort. I think the desire in the group at the moment is second to none. It's a real team effort. Everyone's really putting a shift in, and that's from the staff on the bench to the players. I think everyone's work ethic in the club has been excellent, and I think you see that with our results. Now last week didn't go to plan, but it's one game at a time. It's a very, very, very long season. So now the attitude of the lads have been exceptional.
Yeah, and look, before I let you go, obviously there's Wexford away on Friday evening. There's no easy games in this division. As I was talking to Gary Cronin, he'd stressed that. What kind of a challenge are you expecting against Wexford in the end?
I can imagine the games are very dogged. We played them in the League Cup, and we went 3-0 up, and we dragged it back to 3-2. So we know what we're going into down there. It's going to be a very tough game. Very Carrick's a very tough place to go to, especially when the wind and the rain gets going. So we're out to be on our top game to get a result down there, and hopefully we